Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It is, in fact, 7:02 a.m. on Monday, the 27th of November, 2017, and I have, crawling out of my pocket, a hamster. It's Patches Jr., otherwise known as Bat Ears McGee. And I call him Bat Ears McGee because of his cute little crinkly ears. And he is such a cutie. I love him a lot. I'm going to be so sad when he dies. And he's also a little bit more active right now because I've had him out of his cage here for a bit more than I'm showing on camera here. I had to dig him out of his cage. I don't get to see them as much inside of these bin cages. I'm going to go put him back because he wants to go back. There we go, little guy. But I don't get to see them as much because now that they've got so much more space, they've got more space to go and hide in various corners or dig or burrow. And they're doing a lot of burrowing, which is awesome because hamsters are burrowing creatures. And Bobo Jr., when I got up earlier from pain, welcome to my life, but when I got up earlier, he was digging underneath his bedding. Just, you couldn't see him. He was just like a little land shark burrowing underneath the bedding. And then Patches Jr., he was down there digging underneath in his stuff. So they're really digging the bin cages here. Thank you so very, very much. It is so awesome. It was due to a kind commenter and subscriber and wonderful human being who sent me these bin cages. And then also sent the aspen wood shavings to put into these, which is so good because what little I had only would have filled one of them. So thank you so much. It is very awesome. They love this stuff. They run on their wheels, and I've got to put some silent wheels on my wish list. I haven't had a lot of time to actually do a lot of Amazon wish listing stuff, so I'm sorry. But I'm going to be adding things on there, so good deal on that. But again, they love these things. They burrow and they dig and they hide. Little Squeak Jr., she always used to just stay inside of her house when she wanted to sleep, inside of the smaller cage. Now she burrows and she hides in various corners, changing where she wants to be. It is so cool. Thank you very much. I don't really have a whole ton to talk about. I haven't had a whole lot to be able to do. My life has been really boring because it's been raining. Unfortunately, this last year of my life, something has changed that I spent 12 years of my life trying to change. And suddenly it has, and I don't understand what has happened to make it change. But what I'm talking about is my whole life I've been a night owl. I've worked night shift when possible because that's when I'm awake. When the sun goes down, I wake up, and when the sun comes up, I slow down. And all my life, when I haven't worked night shift, it's been very, very difficult because I sure hope I got that right. I'm having difficulties. Good old fibro. But all my life I've tried to fit in with a daytime schedule when I haven't been able to work nights. And it's been so hard because I have been all the way through the 12 years of marriage with my wife before she died. But during all that time, I spent dragging all day, just being so tired, trying desperately to stay awake. Doing so, not falling asleep, but desperately trying to, and just dragging. And then as soon as the sun went down, I could feel my body go whoosh. and I was energized. I wasn't tired. I wouldn't be able to fall asleep if I wanted to. It has always been crazy my entire life that way. And so I spent all that time married to my wife, trying desperately to change to become a day person like her. And I spent all day dragging because of that. And then trying to go to bed, but later in our marriage, terrified to do so for fear that something would happen to her that I would need to be awake to call emergency services for. But trying to just fit into a schedule that fit hers, and unable to because it was nighttime and I was energized and awake. This year, something has changed, and I am finding extreme difficulties trying to stay awake once the sun starts to go down. And I find myself being awake during the daytime hours. And that's very unusual for me, extremely so. I've never had this problem, as just described. So now when the sun starts to actually go down at 4 o'clock p.m. here, and it's raining all the time, and so rain sounds have always made me tired. Darkness, fatigue, and the rain sounds, I just start to go to sleep. And I spend all my afternoons trying desperately to stay awake until midnight or so. Occasionally I do pretty good. Last night I played Oz, and that was great. I've got the gameplay video, if it's hopefully still non-content ID'd and hopefully not demonetized yet anyway. Please, YouTube, let me get a little monetary value out of the content. Here's hoping. So, ow. Oh, I'm very sorry about that, but I bit wrong on my dentures. I gotta call my denturist today. I have so many pressure sores on my lower gum line, what's left of it because of tissue resorption. But there are so many pressure sores that I can't eat anything even halfway solid because there's just so many open sores. Even with the buffering and cushioning effect of denture adhesive, which is cornstarch and a bunch of other junk to make it stick and glob, which helps the eating problem because I find it difficult to taste things anyway, and then add in the everything in my mouth coated with melting cornstarch, and suddenly I can't taste anything at all when I eat, so it's always fun. Luckily, my weight has stabilized at between 180 and 190. It seems to be right around 185, which I'm glad that's a new homeostasis. That's a good, homogeneous level to be at? Homogeneous, I'm not quite sure that's the right word, because your body is always seeking homogeneity, in everything. But before I get lost in terms, point being is my weight has stabilized at that, which is nice, and I'd actually like it to stay that way because my previous set point for weight was between 240 and later on 280. And then before I got really, really sick, I was up to 325 pounds. It was horrifying. And again, when you see me making gesturing movements with my hands, of course, I'm not trying to make signs or anything. Even when I do stuff like this one, it's one of my favorites. The only reason I do this, and because it's my favorite, is because my radial nerve had been abraded. And I talk about this one a lot for people that watch a lot, and thank you so very, very much. But there's always new people, and a lot of people may have decided to watch one of the vlogs when they subscribed for reaction. So just want to help people out on this one. But my radial nerve had been severed, abraded, like I had taken a rope and rubbed it on the sharp edge of a rock until the nerve went zoop, and my hand was dead for a year. It did not work. I woke up one day and finally the damage was enough that the only thing I could do was bring in my thumb that much, and then muscle tone and gravity to bring it out. My fingers would go in that much, muscle tone and gravity to bring it back out. It was severed. We did all the tests. They did the electronic stuff and all sorts of views, and it was bad. So in the past 2 years, because it was about 2 years ago it happened, the nerves have actually grown back from being dead for over a year to slowly getting to, I'm at only maybe 10% deficit now. But it feels good to move my hand because nervous impulses feel good in your body. Moving feels good. Your body likes the flow of information. Your brain loves information and will do anything to get information, that flow, that influx of data. It loves it. And because this hand was dead for so long and would not move, the fact that it does move and feels good to move, I go with it and I just move my hands because I got a little bit of Italian in me. I talk with my hands. I started talking with my hands when I was must have been elementary school. That was one of the hardest things I had to train myself out of when I was acting on stage, was talking with my hands, because paradoxically, to look natural on stage, you have to hang your hands and not move your arms. But I've always been very histrionic in my movements and actions my entire life. More so as I've gotten older, of course. The older I've gotten, the more like me I've become. So I don't really have a whole lot that has happened in my life. I just wake up from pain after going to bed far too early because I don't have enough THC to really proper pain control, THC is a natural antidepressant, so it's mental health control, I guess. Not control, but from proper mental health. Life is fun, but my life is pretty boring. I'm just playing video games. I haven't even really been able to go out and walk much because it's been raining so much. And my sinuses are going crazy because I'm allergic to leaf mold and because it's raining so much, and all the deciduous trees have only just recently been losing their leaves because of the global climate change. It's been so hot. Excess saliva. My apologies. So I haven't even been able to go out walking lately, which upsets me for a couple of reasons. One of which is because when I got to my VA appointment last time, I discovered that my resting pulse, even when I'm slightly nervous, is under 60. It's 58. And that's really, really good. And I want to keep that up because the slower your heart beats, the more efficiently it is beating. That's why it beats slower, because it's beating better, more efficiently. It doesn't have to work as hard. And so that's really, really good. I want to be able to keep that up. The only way I can do that is by going out walking, but it's raining so much, and unfortunately right now I can't even afford to buy new shoes, and I've got holes in my shoes and my feet get wet, and no matter how good you get with an umbrella, your lower half of your body is gonna be soaked no matter what, even if you don't have holes in your shoes, because the rain comes down at an angle. And I don't want to go out and get soaked and then come back soaked. I've only recently got myself an immune system by getting my testosterone shots, and I'm only getting half as many as I'm supposed to. So I've gotten an immune system, but it's not a wonderful one yet. It's kept me from having cellulitis again, because the last few times I had cellulitis, I almost died. It was that close and closer. So I don't want to stress out my immune system too much, but it's use it or lose it at the same time. So, but what I'm going to do now is I had opened up at least my comments page. I just forgot to open up 24 hours worth of comments. I'm opening up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab so that I can thank 20 to 25 people for having left me comments. Now, I'm not reading the content of the comment. I'm just thanking people for having left the comment. I'm going to read all the comments later on. I'm going to thumbs up each one I do read, answer as many as I possibly can. Now, if I mispronounce your name, no disrespect is intended. I'm doing my very, very best, but I'm an American English speaker, and we're not the best at names. I'm better than most, but I'm not 100%, and I don't pretend to be. So I'm going to try. And it's a range of 20 to 25 because with my alcohol-damaged brain from my 23 plus years of alcoholism, my fibro fog now, I'm lucky if I count properly at all. So there's Christian Manning, thank you very, very much. And Metal Thrower, greatly appreciated. We have Ram Gaming, greatly appreciated. Spy Knight 42, thank you very, very much. Marco Boy 123 TV, thank you very, very much. And then Nefal K, thank you, greatly appreciated. XCapZ, thank you very, very much. End It, thank you, greatly appreciated. Explosion PvP, I think I've seen your name before, thank you very, very much. Menthol Kratom, I know I've seen your name before, thank you very much for the comments. Mateus Bulcher, thank you, greatly appreciated. Todd Williams, thank you very, very much. Alejandro Ramos, thank you, greatly appreciated. We have Brennan2212, and I know I say appreciated a lot, but I can't think of a better word yet, so thank you very much. Cheyenne Autumn, thank you very much. And Nelson Hernandez, greatly appreciated, thank you. And then we have Super Dre 56, thank you very, very much. And there is George Lechtev, I hope so, thank you very much. We have That Gamer That Games, greatly appreciated. And Tomo, thank you very much. Electrix Garden, I know I have stumbled over your name every time. Thank you so very, very much. The Flash, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up. Lust for Awesomeness, greatly appreciated. Mama Chell, thank you very, very much. And then last but not least, SG Tumber, thank you very, very much. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is a very, very good thing. I have bipolar disorder. I've been clinically depressed all my life. My wife died 3 years ago. Her cat committed suicide 6 months after that. He didn't know he was going to, I'm sure, but he stopped drinking. Cats get upset. They do things like that. But when you stop drinking, you damage your kidneys. He stopped drinking long enough, his kidneys failed, and he died. So it's not been a wonderful time, but yay. Life is life, isn't it? Well, hey, if you could check out my links down below, that would be awesome. Greatly appreciated. I've got like Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. That's all of them, isn't it? My thanks to everybody who's donated to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron. If you could become a Patreon.com patron or donate to my GoFundMe campaign, that would be awesome. I am really hurting for cash. I desperately need help, and if you could help, it would be very, very nice. Now, if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very, very much. If you could toss me a like, that would be appreciated as well. Thumbs up on that. I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be nice as well. But I do understand my personality has rubbed people wrong my entire life. So if you do not like the channel, I do understand. And if you do not want to subscribe, I do understand. But if you are down with it, I'll do my best to keep you entertained from now until, well, the literal end of my time, and, well, who knows when that'll be. After all, I just turned 55 this year. Average lifespan of the American man is 74 years. The average lifespan of the YouTube channel is apparently 4 to 5 years, and I'm already 3 years now, so, oh no, only another year before my channel dies? I got a reaction video coming up, I got a game video coming up, and that's a cool thing. Hopefully I got a game video for my game channel, not reaction channel, but if I don't, hopefully you'll understand. I explained why I sleep so much. So you take care, have a great day today, take care of your nerves. they can fail at any time.